Greetings, good life. I'm going to read more for you today from my Benevolent Magic blog. This was originally posted on Friday, November 11th of 2005, and it's called Long Touch, Benevolence and Application. For those of you who have been doing the Long Touch homework from the beginning, I would now like to encourage you to take the next step. Now that you have been aware of some sense of contact with that you cannot touch physically, you may be ready to try this. I'm going to request that you say a benevolent magic first. This is what I recommend you say. I request that the most benevolent and loving energy from the most benevolent beings and sources come to me now and fill me and pass through me benevolently with love, nurturance, support, capability, activation towards all benevolent capability and cooperation, that this occur in the most benevolent way for me, resulting in the most benevolent outcome. After you say this, wait a few minutes. There might be some good feelings in your body. During the time of those good feelings, but wait until they peak a bit, that you might be nourished. And while they are peaking, as far as you can tell, or beginning to fade a little bit, then this is what I recommend you do. Ideally, you'll be outside, but wherever you are, aim your right hand towards the sky. If there are clouds there, put your hand, line it up in such a way as you can have your hand just to the left of a cloud or a cloud formation. Very gently move your hand in such a way as the backs of your fingers would be touching that cloud formation, and very gently and slightly move it to the right. Don't, if you would, move it to the left. There's a reason. If you did not see any motion right away, it's quite all right. Just say, "Good life," out loud, if you can, to the cloud. It is busy. Everything is alive, and of course it is part of Mother Earth's body. Then try a different cloud and see if it will move to the right. If you get no response, then and only then, moving your hand in such a way as you can go to the right side of the cloud formation, either one that you've tried, again touching the backs of your fingers to the cloud formation, gently move it to the left, either one. If there is no motion that you can detect as a result of what you may have done, even in your mind, even as a possible result, since clouds do move on their own, then pause for a moment. Look at the sky and say, "Good life," especially the clouds, and then look around for a tree. It can be a pine tree, it can be any kind of tree. It can be at a distance, it can be close up, but it is to be no closer than, say, 15, 20 feet away from you. Close enough, though, so that you can see its boughs and limbs, leaves, and so on, or needles, in the case of a pine tree. And stretch out your right arm and your fingers in such a way as you are aiming your hand towards the tree. In this case, I recommend that you keep your palm as close to pointed down towards the earth as possible. And I also recommend that you have your left arm pointed down towards the earth, with your palm toward your body, but not touching the side of your body. This will help to pull energy up that is benevolent from the earth. Aim your hand towards the tree and very gently see if using the back of your fingers from a distance you can move one of the branches or one of the boughs of the tree gently. You must do this very gently, since trees are tender and sensitive to human actions. You may see a motion. Don't assume it's the wind. Test it by trying it 3 times with that same part of the tree. Not 1, 2, 3 quickly, but do this once, again moving it gently to the left and moving your hand away, then raising your hand and moving it gently to the left and moving your hand away, and a 3rd time again, with several minutes in between. It can be a great deal of time, but at least 5 to 10 minutes, no more than 20 minutes, between doing this, because you will need to stay in the energy, you see, as best you can. Therefore, if you have a friend that can keep people away from you for a time while you're doing this, that would be best. But if you can't, then just do the best you can. Many of you will not be able to do this twice because of people being about, but do it at least once if you can. If people ask what you are doing, tell them it's a form of meditation if you are shy, or you feel there's a reason to be discreet, which there often is during training. Now it is important for you to know while we do these things, and why I urge you to move things to the left a little bit. Benevolent spirit tends to make itself available to the bodies of all beings, whether it is a cloud, a tree, an ant, a human, anything. It tends to make itself available first to the left of that thing, and while the right side is not without spirit, it is the right side that is intended to be influenced, supported, and encouraged to act in an inspired spiritual manner. That right side being more of your personality, more of your will if you like. The left side being more receptive, observers of human nature, and those who would influence you have known this for a long time. So now I want to tell you a little bit of why I am encouraging you to learn these things, for there will be more homework. There will be a time coming when there will be threats to Earth as a planet, not from some species of beings from space who want to harm you. I can assure you that that will not be the case. But rather, these will be tests by Creator to see if you are ready as a people on Earth to perform your intended spiritual capabilities. Creator does not wish in any way to harm you and wants you to have plenty of time to prepare yourselves and to learn how to use your capabilities, which this long touch homework and other homeworks you've been provided here on this site are training you to apply. One of the things that Creator will do will allow rocks in space that you sometimes call asteroids to come very close to the Earth, not to strike it, but to come so close that it might cause some effect in the gravitational field or the weather patterns. These effects could be harmful to the Earth, but if you have the capability to move things at a distance, even slightly, and many of you know that objects traveling through space, if they are moved even slightly, can over time move them very, very far away from where they were heading. Then you will be able to reach out in the general distance where an object is coming towards your planet. Since distance is not a factor to using long touch, it can be as far away as you can imagine, you see? Then you will be able to very slightly deflect it, most likely from your perspective, to the left, you see? The purpose of long touch, then, is benevolence. I will give you more homework soon on nurturing with benevolence with long touch, but today we have begun your application. Please try the homework and enjoy these skills and abilities which I am entrusting to you at this time, and apply them with heart and benevolence. Good life to you all, and good night.